Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of the Lookout Podcast, episode 214. And listen, we got a packed house today, just kind of like Demon Slayer has packed out the theaters this weekend. We have none other than, of course, LJ himself. LJ, what's up?
Yo, it's good. Happy to be back. Our break was very short lived.
I mean, I feel like we're not even. I purposely knew, I was like, all right, we're gonna come back for this movie for sure. And you know what? Very short lived, but you know what? I got a lot of stuff done during that little break. We have none other than AD here. AD, what's up?
Had to pull up. Had to show up.
Of course. Listen, this is a big weekend for anime fans. And then, of course, we have none other than the co-host, Subsly Dubsly, Jay, Versace Vegeta, in the building. Again, packed house. What is up, Jay?
It's your dog. You already know what's going on, man. I'm so glad to be here. I love this movie. I have feelings about this movie.
Sure.
Even though I love it, I'm ready to talk about them.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to be here.
Well, hey, we gave niggas till Monday too, so y'all can't say no.
Yeah,
until Monday.
Nigga, y'all had since 2020, dog.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah. Look. Especially considering like how big it was of an event when this ended. Even for folks that wasn't really hip, come on, we've had 5 years.
The manga sales prove that people have at least read this shit.
They at least bought it.
Yeah. They definitely bought it for sure. Now, did they get it just for the cute, manga bookshelf pick in the background? Who knows?
I might have. What's the last? Let's see. I got 23. I've never opened it. It's
See?
I've never opened it.
And I ain't judging you, but I will say that's probably a normal experience for most people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And we ain't got to get into it now, but it's just like this arc nobody was talking about this arc when it happened like that. Nobody was like, oh my God, this is the greatest. It was just like, damn, Demon Slayer's over already?
It's crazy because...
Well, if it wasn't for the Big Eyes podcast during that
that's
time...
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. You already know.
We were definitely talking about it week by week.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, you're absolutely right. But I feel like this arc, this Infinity Castle arc, especially it being now split into 3 movies, which I'm still highly against, just generally. The movie experience is great. Waiting, essentially, I'm hoping the next part comes next year, but I'm pretty sure it might come.
I think that's confirmed. There's going to be 2 years between them.
You know it's going to be crazy? This is how they're going to do it. They're going to have the movie come out this year. Next year, they're going to do final season part 1.
Yeah. It's going to be 4 episodes.
Gap years. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
They might extend some shit, throw another backstory in there for someone who cares. What I'm saying?
As though we need any more of them.
Yeah.
You know those episode 1s for every My Hero season. That's what that's going to be.
But with that said, we got this whole podcast to talk about what we talking about this week. A little bit of news tidbits. Let's see. Of course, I think you guys talked about it last week, but JJK Cullen Games trailer officially dropped. It is coming in January. It is coming immensely soon. It is the most anticipated anime release probably of next year at this point. Just real early anticipation, unless they announce this next movie. But Cullen Games looks good. Just, quick thoughts on the trailer. Jay?
Did y'all see it as a trailer before Demon Slayer as well?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, because I saw that and Chainsaw Man, and I thought that was really cool that they included those as trailers. I like the Crunchyroll Synchronicity is all over in that one. I do like the trailer for it. I honestly had not seen it like on my phone or anything, so seeing it before the movie made it kind of more amped up for me because it's like, oh damn, this shit looks fun. I'm gonna be in here when they show those first 2 episodes, The fact that they're splitting up the Cullen Games into parts makes perfect sense to me because goes on for a stretch, and then I mean, come on, let's be real. This is the beginning of the end of the series for real, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see how far they go into it. I know that the beginning of it it's got some interesting fights, but the real meat of it is we ain't not going to see that until 2027. You know,
and I think with all the production issues that it had during the season 2 airing, which ended up being like a full 24, 25 episodes, because Mappa's also, they're handling One Punch Man, which is coming out in the next couple weeks. They are doing Hell's Paradise, which also comes out January 2026. They are doing a number of animes. I think, does Mappa do Frieren? No, right? No, they don't.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's Madhouse, right?
Yeah, it's Madhouse.
So, I mean, but they've got a couple things on their plate. As long as they know how to like separate time and make sure everything is animated properly, because this arc is going to be, especially in the first couple episodes, I think it's going to be a major arc. And then having it in movie theaters as well. I mean, the jig is still jigging. So,
absolutely, whatever it takes for them to touch movie money. You know what I mean?
Right.
I definitely had the opinion of like, oh, what a nasty way for them to. But now I definitely see it as, hey, if they want to make the money that they need for the budget that they're going to have for the next season or for whatever the next part is, and if this is their way to get that funded real quick, fuck it. These animation companies are overloaded. They have project on project on project. Like I mentioned earlier, we saw the Chainsaw Man trailer and the Jujutsu Kaisen trailer. These are both Mappa. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those things where I can see why they need to put out end of the season, beginning of season, theatrical experience, because the anime industry just is where it is today.
Absolutely. Let's see what else was announced. I mean,
real quick, do y'all want to talk about that new JJK sequel?
Modulo.
Modelo.
I think JJK Modelos. We go to Mexico.
I feel like we should definitely have a kind of an episode kind of talk about it, but if you want to give like top line thoughts, because I haven't read the second chapter yet, but top line thoughts on what you read from the first chapter, what we're kind of experiencing. What are your early thoughts, AD?
I think it is okay. I kind of hate gay. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my biggest pet peeves is the fact that we're in this world where supposedly 90% of sorcerers come from Japan, and yet the chapter starts out with an alien invasion and they're Jujutsu sorcerers. Dog, what are we doing here? There's an incident that happened this past week that could have definitely been something Jujutsu sorcery related. I'm not gonna get into it. Just saying. That's all.
That's hilarious.
That was good.
This nigga ain't crazy. My God.
I mean, they gonna
that
tap
was
our
good.
shit. Yeah,
That was
get
good.
us out of here. But
Damn.
with that said, no, I mean is Jujutsu sorcery alien wizardry?
If we find out that
is the headline on Fox News probably.
Look, I'm gonna say the most obvious thing. Anime sequels and these, okay, but it was aliens though. Trope. Look, okay. When Dragon Ball did it, cool. Okay, it makes sense because when you're watching Dragon Ball and then to right after you finish it, be like, hey, the guy with the monkey tail and the green guy, obviously not from this planet. Duh. Right? You're not thinking about that during Dragon Ball, but when they tell you at that point, okay, all right, cool, I can accept that. Now we got Naruto 10 years ago. Oh, hey, by the way, the entire reason why these superpowered two little kids and all the people that they're reincarnated from are even so special is because of aliens. Kind of a stretch, but whatever. You gave that to me, and now I have to accept it with this new sequel you giving me. And now that's basically the formula. we're gonna find out Supernova was a half alien.
I believe it.
And I'm gonna be like, God damn, like that's obviously that's why he had 6 arms or whatever, 4 arms, whatever the hell, right? Like it's
I'm interested in seeing kind of like where this goes with the more alien tip for it. I mean, the premise of this is kind of like it's Yuta's grandchildren.
Yeah.
They are now part of this. They also get some a new character involved who looks related to the evil person in this thing. But it's supposed to be a short series. It's supposed to be about 3 volumes long. It's supposed to not be long. Gege is not drawing it. I mean, it looks definitely like very kind of, especially by the artistry, kind of looks very like retro anime, retro manga.
It was like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah,
early Hunter, 90s Hunter anime.
Yeah, I got Alita. It looks very Alita-ish.
Yeah, it has that vibe to it. People are tapped in. I mean, people are going to be locked in no matter what. I mean, back to spoiling it on your timeline in case something happens. Which I'm sure probably be some flashback that completely breaks the internet. Regarding the characters that we know and love from the original series. But nonetheless, it is here. I feel like we'll definitely have an episode proper kind of talking about the early chapters, the early kind of like vibe of JJK Modulo or Modelo, if you are real. But yeah, no, it's definitely quite a series. Let's not waste too much more time.
The final battle. These words echo in my mind. This battle may finally reach its conclusion tonight.
What a wonderful night. It's been a while, hasn't it, Zenitsu?
Let's kick things off, shall we? It's time we had some fun.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle, the movie, is officially out in theaters. It came out this week everywhere, and it has been everywhere. It's looking projected to be the #1 movie of the week. It is already first day sales, has broken records and being the highest first day sales for any anime stateside. That includes Pokemon, the first movie, which it may beat. As of the time of this recording, the final box office has not come out. I'm expecting it to come out. Literally, it might come out by the time we hit and record on this shit. But it is thus far a very popular movie. I've not seen kind of like, I think what the benefit of this, and I think what theaters are finally realizing, and at least movie people are finally realizing, because the first initial movie came out during the pandemic. I think a lot of people kind of like discounted it. It's like, oh, people are going because it's a pandemic. It's a great little anime movie, blah, 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 blah. I don't think people, because I'm reading kind of like Deadline things and I'm reading Variety stuff. I don't think people really anticipated how powerful anime is as a drawing force. And I don't think anyone anticipated I don't think anyone who doesn't know Demon Slayer anticipated how this movie goes. I think, judging by the manga sales, the popularity of the anime, the popularity of the movie, just kind of the popularity of Demon Slayer in general, knew what this was going to be. But I don't think standard moviegoers who are like, what else is in theaters right now, knew what this was going to be. Kind of everyone this weekend is talking about Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, and it is crazy, to be honest with you. I want to know what's everyone's before we get into reviews. I just want a quick one word, not even one word thing. I want everybody's out of 10 review of this movie before we talk about it, before we go in depth of it and opinions change and things are brought up and you hear about this, you hear about that. I want everyone's out of 10 review for this movie. 80, you first. What's your out of 10 review for this movie?
It's like a good 8.75. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. To the 100th. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
he was
accurate.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just like, okay, $8.75. Jay.
I'm known for having that shit okay, that shit nice, that shit cold. That shit cold out of 10.
But if you had to put it in a number.
In a number? Okay, all right. If I have to, 8.75, the same as 80. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
To the hundreds.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose, I had an 8 out of 10. LJ, what did you have?
So when I originally walked out, I had a rating, but now being able to sleep on it and sit on it and be like, okay, how do I actually feel about it? 8.3.
Okay. All right. So I'm the weird judge who just gave it the lowest grade, but I'm the hating nigga at the dunk contest. It was just like Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying?
I think a solid 8. I mean, I think overall a solid 8 is a very good score for this movie.
Here's why I say it's an 8, because I think a lot of people are going like 9, 10s out of 10. I mean, you look at the Metacritic rating, it's like damn near 9.9 out of 10. It is actually ridiculous.
But I mean, IGN gave it a 6.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, but it's IGN though, dog.
Yeah, like IGN was bugging the fuck out.
IGN is also the people that was like knock off points for a game, saying like, "Oh, it was too hard," and they only played the first 3 hours. So like, whatever.
Yeah, IGN pile drove it though.
I bet you whoever watched it did not even watch the anime.
Hilarious. Please read it. I mean, I'm sure you already did, but they were trying to shred that movie to nothing.
I don't want to go to this reviewer's account and kind of like start psychoanalyzing all the things that he did or things that he said. But you know, he looks experienced in his field. He probably has a certain taste for anime and stuff like that. And he probably sat in the theater and was like, 3 hours, nigga. All right. Which, you know, fair and
fair.
Yeah.
I think, however, the reason I gave it necessarily a 1, and maybe it's because, I don't know, I think people are too hyped. It's the first movie. Like, it's not even the like, I can't even properly judge it like as a complete thought, because it's not. Like, from things that happen in the movie that just don't fucking end up being in a typical movie, there is a, you know, start, resolution, conflict, conclusion. There's a conclusion in this, but it's kind of, because there's still things that need to kind of be resolved. Also, there's a number of other issues, but I was just like, it's the first movie. Like, I feel like it's a good, and I don't like being the teacher who's like, I want to give you this so you can kind of like build from it. But I also think like, yeah, it's not really the complete thought. And this isn't me knowing everything that happens. I'm like, this is great. This was adapted incredibly well, but it's not even the best that's yet to come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I believe that, like, for me, when I said 8.75, of course, I don't think it's obviously as good as a 9, but I think because of everything that went into it, like, I'm not going to hold y'all. I was that guy that went and read the manga chapters after I watched the movie because I was like, let me see how this compares.
Yeah, same.
Like, okay, but y'all see how like it compares to like the panels and how they added extra scenes and details to give it that theatrical feel and everything like that. All the music that went into it, all of that was fantastic. One of my things that I really did appreciate about it as well is how it at least wraps up in the third act the conclusion to the Mugen Train arc.
Right.
Yes,
that's a big thing.
Yeah,
especially if you saw the first movie and now you're going to the second movie, it definitely has that thread through it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's something that's big for like if you're gonna watch a movie of at least the second out of 4 movies that this is gonna be. I think that's a big thing about it. Just all of the details that went into it. Of course, they left the hanging fruits. They started out with the craziest fight, and of course, it happens that way in the manga with Doma versus Shinobu. Just that whole scene and just her backstory, them fleshing out the details for her story with her sister and everything for Doma, just all the feelings and emotions. One of my favorite scenes is him just being like, oh, your sister, she was kind of cute. I kind of I wanted to eat her, but the sun came up and Shinobu just dashes straight into this nigga eye, bro. Yeah. Like crazy. 10 out of 10. Everybody in the theater was like, oh shit. Like she came to the camera. Like if we saw that in 3D, hey, probably been 10 out of 10 experience. I
want to ask everyone's theater's experience. How was the theater experience just in general? Was it quiet? Was it rowdy? Was there niggas in Hashira outfits?
I was the nigga in the Hashira outfit.
There was definitely niggas in Hashira outfits.
Yeah.
I
was in Gyome.
I feel like there was people that were in mind. They wanted to take it all in. So there weren't a lot of like loud reactions like I would see during a lot of other anime films. But it was definitely one of those things where you heard everybody gasp at like certain moments or everybody like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where everybody was trying to take it in, but everybody was locked in at the same time.
Yeah, no. And what about you, LJ? Because you went with your daughter and her friends.
To be honest, it was real laxed. Like, I mean, obviously there's other kids in there, and the kids were really getting into it. Like, so there was a lot of commentary from them, but everybody there was like real chill. Like I said, the theater wasn't super packed. We went to an early screening too. I mean, 1:20, during the day. So, because I was definitely like, listen, I'm not coming out of this movie and it's dark out. Like,
yeah, that's the worst part about it. It was just going and just like, what the fuck? Who died? Oh my god. Just one of those experiences.
Yeah. So, but no, overall like my theater experience, it was real laxed. There was definitely an older dude in there that probably didn't know what was going on, but he brought his kids because they wanted to go, and he fell asleep during it, and he started snoring. So that was kind of lit.
Hey, always one.
Yeah, there's always one.
Especially at 1 p.m. Are you crazy? Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, he was like, listen, he was like, I got it was his weekend with the kids. He was just like, it's the only way I'm gonna get this.
I don't know what a Demon Slayer is, but they want to see it, so I'm here.
Yeah,
which is crazy because it's a rated R movie too. Like,
I mean, I saw rated R movies as a kid, and I think my mom took me to see the rated R movies.
It's rated R because of the gore. It's not rated R because of the
sexual
content. Sexual content or like any language or anything like that. Like it's legit rated R because it's very graphic.
Yeah, the shit is a rated R Disney movie if you really keep it.
Yeah,
it really. I feel like if Disney could own the IP to Demon Slayer somehow. I feel like they're probably too late to it and like, motherfucker. But I feel like if they could, in some instance, they would, because a lot of this feels very, and that's kind of like what's been the allure of Demon Slayer for a long time. It's that it's like, it's very digestible in a way that a Disney movie would be in terms of the characters, the motivations, the score, the other than like having like a fucking a I mean, they have talking animals in it, but the talking animals isn't like a true companion or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that would probably send it over the top. It was just like the crow was just like his wise cracking best friend or some shit like that.
I'll take that though as a side story.
Yeah, or the what's the cat's name?
You talking about Tamao's cat?
Yeah. I mean, it could be one of those, but you know, essentially, other than that, it's saving it from being like a full-on Disney movie. But it's a great. I mean, I think just overall, the experience. I went with Carlos. We went Thursday at 4 p.m., which apparently was like it felt like the first airing ever, because it wasn't really that full. Went in the middle of the afternoon. I purposely made sure to tell Carlos, I was like, "Listen, this shit's 2.5 hours." Do it. Carlos got some. I told everyone after I walked out, I was like, "Listen, that last flashback, go ahead and pee." Because
for
real, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
go ahead. I bought a. I'm not sure if y'all are snacks people either.
I have the 10.
I have. Oh, lucky you. Oh, God. Because some people were upset that they went to AMC and the day after and didn't get anything. At least I saw that online, and I was just like, they probably ain't even stocking up. They probably didn't know this movie was going to be this movie.
No, true enough, because the theater I went to, they only had the 10. They had promoted that they would have like a special ticket and like a little poster or whatever. All they had even gotten was the 10s. So
I got the little cards. That's all I got. I'm not even sure if they gave that out everywhere. I think it was just like, did you get your cards? I was like, do I need it? Like, we had walked in and they were like, the lady, I mean, some old lady who like her name was Suzanne, was like, oh, make sure you run to the tickets quick because you got to get your ticket before. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? We already got the ticket. So we rushed to the theater, and then there's just this guy giving out cards for the movie, and I'm like, this is what we rushed to? I could have stood in the thing line. Anyway, the way I say this movie is so long, I bought a slushie, and the shit melted completely by the time the fucking movie was over. It was a great experience. It was an experience that keep on just thing in itself. But overall, the theater experience, I thought, varying degrees. I mean, I'm looking online. Some people going crazy. Looking online, a nigga's getting beat up for doing weird shit don't do weird shit in a movie theater, especially with black anime fans.
It's like also like, hey man, just go to where you need to do that at.
Well, I said this on the A show this week. I did not know they have all these like pisser accounts now where I don't know if you know this trend of like on TikTok where it's like the local pisser.
Yes.
And peas
on pisser is crazy.
Yeah, I saw a video about this on YouTube last night. This stuff is wild.
It is. So they have the Brooklyn pisser who goes around to various Brooklyn places and just pees on it. And so I brought it up on the A show, and then suddenly, I was talking in the Discord regarding it, and there was like, no, there's one in my town too. In my town too. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I don't know if that's what that dude was trying to be, but you picked the wrong theater, bruh. Don't ever get it twisted, And they put the beats on him during Zenitsu's scene. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn, y'all got a double ass whooping showing. Yeah. That's cold.
Real thunderclapped. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that because you getting beat up. They got to turn the lights on. Everybody got to get out the way. They
fucking up everybody's movie.
Yeah, it's just it's already a 2.5 hour movie. What do you mean I got to be here for 3.5 hours now? So, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely an experience. Let's talk about the movie itself, though. We get to the movie. First of all, everybody who's part of this movie wanted there like 5 seconds before the shit started. When the shit said Crunchyroll, I was like, oh, just like my house. And then they're like, Aniplex. And then I was like, okay, cool.
Sony got theirs.
Sony got there. Sony's like, I'm just like, okay, all right, we go into there. So I'm like, all right, the movie about to start. You footable. And I was like, all right, relax. We're doing too much.
This joint was a posse cut.
Yeah,
No, it
Everybody
really
got a
was
verse.
by the entire anime industry.
it
Was
really
it
was.
a good music album? Like everybody on that bit.
Hey, man. Don't let part 2 get the soundtrack. You get a soundtrack to it. You never know. With that said, uh, we get it. We start off. I mean, we picked up right where the show. So if you had not seen the show, I appreciate them not trying to retell the entire story at the beginning. I didn't really need that. As long as this movie was, I'm sure they're tempted to do like, let's blow up that castle one more time.
I expected that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would have expected them to let's blow it up in theaters just one more time. Nah, they show everyone. It kind of starts off with everyone falling in Infinity Castle, everyone having their own lines. I would have appreciated great kind of soundtrack to this. It could have used, an American. Did everyone see it subbed or dubbed?
Just subtitled.
I saw the dub.
The dub showing the day I went was at like 4:30, and I was like, bro, I got work. Like,
So that's what I was talking about. So I saw the dub, and the dub was not showing actively, believe it or not. I'm like, yo, these dub niggas need to get on the ball.
dead ass.
This is America. No offense. But nonetheless, it kicks off. I mean, we've got niggas running, niggas doing everything to kind of like fight off stuff. We get to the first. I mean, we could get to the first fight in this kind of movie, which is the Doma versus Shinobu fight. This fight kind of like lays my only real beef with it, which is that it doesn't end in this part. So there is no like, you get this like unconcluded thing of kind of like she dies, and then the girl shows up. And then, all right, we're moving on to the next part.
But see, if we had, then the movie would have been an hour longer, because then we would need to get her backstory and Doma's backstory.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
And
I would say this though. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. I can make this point later.
This is one of the moments, right, where there's a couple in this movie where it feels like you ever miss an NBA game, so you gotta just like watch the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like there are moments during this movie where it kind of feels like that, where it's like you kind of missed the game, but you're getting some highlights in there so you can catch the gist of the game. Like it's like there's moments like that where you're kind of, and this is one of them where you say it feels very unconcluded. Which obviously we're gonna get the rest in the next movie, but it just felt like, all right, was this, it just felt like a highlight scene. You're kind of like, all right, cool, good battle, and then it's like, all right, let's jump into the rest of the main story.
Also, she doesn't really look that great in this.
No, they don't make her go out strong at all.
No. I mean, we'll talk about it. I don't know if we want to do a spoiler section at the end. Who knows? But she doesn't look great in it. So anyone who came to the movie dressed like her, which apparently a lot of little girls did, showed up. She shows up, and she's one of the Hashiras, and she doesn't look strong against any of these upper moons. Meanwhile, even Zenitsu murks an upper moon. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the part that really gets me, because out of all of the fights in this movie, hers is the only one that's like, oh,
and she's a woman.
Yeah, and that too. But hers is the only one where it's like, oh, I need this revenge to get you. Even though Tanjiro's following up on the first movie's battle, right? His is just like, I have to stop this person. It's not like I'm revengeful. Her entire story is based on, I'm going to do this for the murder of my sister.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could say Zenitsu's is the same though.
Zenitsu's
there's some revenge aspects to it.
The Zenitsu's is clear cut. By the time that it's done, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I mean, he got his shining moment. Hers is just like, damn, she had to die for that, just for then the next person to have to step up and show up to the fight.
And, and it's like, well, if she died, what thing does she have? I like Doma. I liked Doma's even voice actor. I liked the mere fact of it just seemed very like coy and very unserious regarding this fight. And it's like, oh, this Poison Lady. I've seen plenty like you in the past, and in fact, I've eaten plenty like you in the past. And we get the little flashback. You know what I'm saying? They were setting up the little flashbacks for what's to come. They're like, all right, we give you a little 5-minute one just because the fight don't end, so it's just gonna be 5 minutes. Even though that's still kind of really long for a flashback, unless you're like One Piece or some shit. But it is a fight that is essentially pretty handily decided. I mean, you see various parts. She's like, essentially they're like, oh, I'm hitting you all these moves, and he's like, oh, well, and then he just, absorbs it all.
Her death. Even, listen, mind you, there's a lot. This is a very action-packed movie.
Yeah,
her death might be the most gruesome one.
I mean, it's definitely unsettling. Of it, like slowly, he's hugging her. He breaks all of her bones in the body in
her head, when her head just slowly falls to the side. You're just like, fuck. You're like,
and then Kanao shows up, and she's kind of having to witness all of this, and he's like just slowly like absorbing her, like bringing her in with this like death grip hug, this bear hug, and he's slowly like absorbing her, and she kind of has to watch it all. I was like, damn, throw a sword or something, like throw your headpiece, something, just let him do it. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I mean, I think that's one of those. In any typical movie, it's like, all right, well, this villain got to get what's coming to him in this, he's not even the main villain, but he's got to get what's coming to him at some point, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, no, nigga, part 2. So very, very interesting fight. Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, which is his old school friend. We got a new Upper Moon 6, by the way. The first Upper Moon 6 was dealt with pretty handily in the first movie. Again, great thread. They hired, potentially outsource, potentially Craigslist, listing a new Upper Moon 6. It's like, oh, you want to be Upper Moon 6? I don't even know who gave him the blood. I was like, where Muzan had the time.
Well, my thing is that he was obviously a demon for a minute, so I'm like, he must have, he must have been working his way up the ranks, and then by the time this movie came around, they definitely hired internally. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about internally, because if he trained with Zenitsu, he at least had to be. He was a contractor, dog. He was there for at least like 2 years.
He got hired internally. Like,
you think he was there?
Timeline wise, Zenitsu when 6 already got. The original 6 got killed. Zenitsu was already in the Demon Corps. So
do you think he was a lower moon? And
he probably was a lower moon, and then probably
no, he wasn't a lower moon. Remember, there's the scene where Muzan kills all the other lower moons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Damn. So he must have just been out in the field doing his thing. And I was like,
and it was like, shit, we got another breather. Fuck it, lower moon.
You know what I'm saying? You know what would be fire?
He came up from the G League.
No, you know what it was? It was Upper Moon 1. He was like, you know what? I know a guy.
Yeah. He was like, it would be fire if we took his fucking best friend and made him a demon and then made him have to fight him.
Upper Moon 1 was so unintentionally funny in this movie.
Yes.
I thought
he was like, damn, nigga, you lost.
Yeah,
gas nigga.
You was a where's your resolve? Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate everybody.
Very Sakuna coded, bro. Like,
absolutely. I loved even before this fight, the crows kind of like announcing it was like Shinobu has died, and it's kind of like the sobering reality. I was like, oh shit, niggas is actually like getting offed. Like we not running up the score.
Yeah,
it's kind of insane. So we get through the castle, Zenitsu shows up, and then his pal from back in the day, and of course we get the backstories. I mean, they might as well, they've combined backstories at this point. It was like, all right, well, essentially, how could you betray our person? And it was like, how could he, train a person who can only learn one technique, You know what I'm saying? As opposed to everybody else. And I'm here learning the other fucking techniques. Meanwhile, he can only learn the first breathing form. Zenitsu can only know the first breathing form to thunder breathing, while Kagayu knows the other, was it 13?
No, it's like
6.
It's really the other 5 because it's 6 in total.
Yeah.
So he only knows them. So they're going back at it. You know, it's electric type.
Low key doesn't make sense at all. If you could learn the second technique, don't you like? Isn't the first technique the building block of all the other techniques? It's like telling me I can't make a layup, but I can shoot threes out the. Like it's kind of like, well,
sound like me. Shit. But no, it's shooting threes is easy at this point. Just any person with a pulse just starts heaving them up. At this point,
you gotta watch lethal shooter videos, and next thing you know,
I understand it now.
Absolutely. So he was kind of
that's what they should have got as a voice actor in this.
We got Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum coming up. With that said, we get a lot of backstory. We get a lot of my master is telling me to stay in the battle kind of vibe, kind of deal. It gets hard for Zenitsu a bit because it's he's really putting the beats on him. But eventually, I feel like this is like the most Naruto fight of them all.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Even down to how it ends.
Yeah.
I will say, though, one thing I appreciate about the Infinity Castle arc being a movie is that just the setting for this arc, you couldn't have done this as a show first. The amount of CG they have to do to get everything to look the way it should. They could have just as easily made it look like the manga, but they made it look 100 times better.
Fuck Infinity Castle. That's a whole city down there, bro. Like,
yeah. But I also feel like, that's been the MO of this damn series. Has been, this looks too good to be a damn regular TV anime at this point. Like, it even when I look at, I remember specifically watching the end of the Entertainment District arc, and at some point they just stopped showing intros to the show. They're just like, we ain't got time for this shit. We don't want to cut the tension of the moment by having you sit through a 90-minute song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going through this, and I think they make a lot of intentional moves to help make the adaptation feel a lot more cinematic. And I say that again with the score, with kind of the flashbacks, with kind of the everything kind of going on. They do it really, really intentionally, and it comes out very, very well. Zenitsu employs the sixth form, which is a form I guess he just made up.
Yeah.
The seventh. It's the seventh form, right?
Seventh form.
Yeah.
It's the seventh? Oh, I'm bugging. The seventh form. Sorry.
And it was really that scene that made me go, wow, this had to be a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just the amount of dynamics in his digital choreography, if you want to call it that, right? It was just like, whoa, I was stunned. I was stunned throughout
electricity going up the walls as he's like planting.
This needed to be what it was.
I think that when watching this movie, it really hit me that the Demon Slayer, it's the Demon Slayer formula is, which it has been since, I guess, after season 1. They're like, fuck it, we're only doing one full season of this, and then after that. But I think it's a gift and a curse because you can kind of see now a lot of other animes trying to like imply it and or apply it to their formula. It really only works for Demon Slayer though. I think the simplicity of the story, where it's not, it's really not too much. I think just how the arcs are written, how things are just how the story is just laid out. It works for this to be like, you know what? We're going to put everything into the animation. We're going to put everything into like building this world and this stories and making it visually this thing. But, we're only going to give you 5-6 episodes,
Absolutely.
But I think that, we're doing these movies where they're 2.5 hour, long or things like that. Like, I think it just works for Demon Slayer. I don't think this works for so many other animes that are attempting to do the same thing.
Well, we'll know in a month when this Chainsaw movie, which I'm looking.
I mean, Chainsaw Man may work. I think it works a little bit, but even then, like
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to that more than this, just because of the
that's
craziness.
because we haven't
of it
had
all.
Chainsaw Man though in what 3 years?
Yeah, but also it's. I feel like with Chainsaw Man, there is a level of like unpredictability. There also seems to be like a level of like the way they use their colors, the way they use their music, the way they kind of use their characters, kind of all of it. It's just a little bit different than typical. So I've been looking to it, but you're right. It is because we also haven't had it since like 2021 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been looking forward to this for years, but
I got thoughts about that when we get to it, like once we watch it. But there's something that I have a feeling about with at least the rest of how they're going to deliver Chainsaw Man Part 1.
Gotcha. So Zenitsu, he beheads Kagaku and kills him. He doesn't even get like a real like, I have a second brain. No, it's just you dead, nigga. Sorry. He was unable
I appreciate it. I feel that was very needed for Zenitsu.
They were like essentially because Yushiro shows up and is like, if the nigga had another year training, you might have been you might have been off because he was very new to the Upper Moon world. He ain't even get really acclimated. He ain't do all his daily training modules yet. You know what I'm saying? He was just kind of pulled out and put on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? So Yushiro, I'm a big fan of Yushiro because I think he's hilarious through this movie. And, you know, he's still upset that his Lady Tamiyo has pretty much died. But he does his best. He's a great support person throughout this entire film. Like he does his big one throughout this. Shout out to the Murata, the Demon Slayer core member who we've seen essentially throughout this entire series. Little kid, and then he was like, you know, a demon shows up because they're being too loud, and he was like, "Don't worry, I got this water wheel." I was like, "Oh, look at that cute little water wheel!"
Yeah, little nigga finally coming up.
Yeah, he had to load up that water wheel too. It took like a good 5 seconds to get it loaded up.
I feel like you know how they say like, you know, all the effects are just imagination. I feel like that's how it's actually supposed to look. Like everything else is from Tanjiro's perspective, so it just be showing all the. No, it looks like that when you're watching it from somebody else.
Like, whew, that took a lot out of me to do one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the fourth one.
That water wheel took. He used all his turbo for that one. He had a Gatorade sign next to his name after.
So, you know, Yushiro, he continues to kind of like work on Zenitsu, and they use the crows with this talisman to sense his surroundings, and he starts looking at all the kind of areas and saying like, wow, there's a couple demons. I mean, there's some demons here, but there's some real big bad ones here, and there's one actually approaching Tanjiro and Giyu. So Tanjiro and Giyu continue running through the castle, doing their little Naruto run, and eventually Akaza pulls up. It's like he pulls up like a boss in an area that you weren't expecting, and the nigga just comes through the ceiling. And
that's definitely that's how all of Spider-Man 2 was. Bro, that's like every Spider-Man game. Your Spidey somewhere crazy. The next thing you know, Rhino's busting through the wall. You're like, shit. You're like, where did this guy come from?
Absolutely. They show Tamayo still trapped in that flesh cocoon thing, as well. She's still alive at this point, kind of, but in a flesh cocoon, so he can Muzan can get all the poison out of him that he's been getting on that he did when the fucking place blew up. We got a few shots. Go ahead.
Before this too, we had one of my sneaky favorite moments.
Sure.
And it's really small, but the moment between Rengoku and Tengen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think that's right after. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is just that little moment. It doesn't do too much, but that little conversation between them and that kind of, even like them jumping back and forth with them being back at the compound, putting the map together, like that kind of dynamic. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it, because it feels not like insignificant, but it doesn't. It's actually obviously not as enticing as seeing them fight, but when you're going through it and you just kind of see it and you kind of just like go like, dang, like this is a full blown like battle tactic. Like they're not just jumping into this and just hashing and slashing, like
seeing aside from their support and everything.
The support side. And then like I said, the moment between when Goku, and Tengen, who are just, both former, Hashiras, and their little conversation, you're like, damn, like this shit's pretty cool. And you kind of see them being like, this night means so much. Like this night can end all the, could be the end of all the suffering that we've just had to go through,
Absolutely.
So that moment right there was really cool to me. I like how they make that small moment feel very like monumental and like, make it come alive.
Yeah,
absolutely. So this fight between Akaza and Giyu and Tanjiro is really the crux of the movie. I mean, it is the main event fight. It is everything that you've expected it to be. Again, as 80 says, kind of the villain from the first original movie being kind of revisited here, and Tanjiro able to get his revenge on behalf of Rengoku. Giyu, who I guess if you saw the last arc, you would know that this is kind of like his like massive moment after his own kind of internal revelation throughout this, because he's like, nigga, I haven't even been able to get a mark or anything. Like, it's here.
I shouldn't even be the one on Hashira.
Yeah, I found you, but you know what I'm saying? He's like, I made you. I mean, God made you, but I really made Tanjiro. But he's fighting alongside Tanjiro, and I think one thing you recognize is like, damn, look how far this boy has come. I remember meeting him in the woods, and him trying to run off a demon, and now I'm fighting beside him, and he out here, damn near doing better than me. Shit. But this fight again, it's one of the someone's parking thing is going crazy. This fight is one of the best in the series, I think, just in general of like intensity. I think how it looks. I think there's something with the coloring and the lighting during this fight that I was just like, wow, like this looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
As many, I mean, it's a repetitive setting as all these fights take place in Infinity Castle, but this fight looks incredible. And Akaza really being, the nigga who use hands. I mean, that's his gimmick. I got hands. I got hands for that ass.
So lit. That's so lit. Even his whole thing of just being like, I got to keep them whack ass swords.
You know what I'm saying?
Spirit is my sword. Yeah, that's what I carry around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to fight him, trying to use mix of water wheel, trying to use his flame thing. Nothing's really working on him because he can regenerate pretty quickly. And it is going through this entire process. I mean, they both get beat up pretty badly through this entire thing, but Tanjiro begins to realize like something's up with this dude. Something's up with this nigga. How come he's, how come we can't hit him, but he can hit us? You know what I'm saying?
He got Ultra Instinct light turned on,
Essentially, I mean, even Giyu, who eventually obtains his mark, you know what I'm saying? Just mark on his cheek, splash mark. Shows up, and his water breathing's improved, but he's not really bodying him. You know what I'm saying? And who knows how long this will last? But Tanjiro's just trying to sit there and figure it out. He has a lot of inner monologue. It's very Deku-esque of him just kind of sitting there and being like, well, why can't see this thing? So he remembers this conversation that he has with Inosuke, and they talk about kind of like fighting spirit and being able to see in another dimension, see vitals, see other things like that. And he remembers this conversation. He also gets this flashback of him and his dad, where there's a bear. I mean, who bears if there's a threat in this? You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a demon. But he lets out the bear trap, which is a bunch of whistles. His dad gets up in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I gotta go outside.
Well, I mean, shit. When you regulate a giant bear like that, that's a threat, man.
Yes. So he was like, I'm gonna lay this trap.
Bear too before the bear even touched the damn.
Well, listen, we gonna talk about that because I want to talk about that because so he goes up, he goes through the forest, he brings Tanjiro along with him. He's like, Tanjiro, watch this shit because you might have to do this later.
Look closely.
Yeah,
he definitely hit a.
Maybe watch it, boy.
He definitely hit a. Hey son, you want to see? I'm about to stun on this nigga real quick.
Just like when your dad working on a car and he's like, all right, boy, now watch this. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you're going to need to know this later in life, so you better be looking.
Absolutely. So he was there. He didn't, the bear, I don't know if the bear had special, bear didn't seem to have no special shit. The bear was just a bear. But he didn't show any kind of urge to kill or will to kill or whatever it is. Killing intent. No bloodlust, no none of that stuff. He just kind of pulled up. He's like, bear, if you take one step forward. And he's like, I'm not even trying to do this to you, but if you take one more motherfucking step forward, I'm going to have to do it to you. And the bear is like, man, get the fuck. And then suddenly,
a blink, literally blink. Snowflake fell in my eye. What?
fucking the bear's head sliding off his shoulders into the snow. I was like, God damn, I felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just good animation right there. That's just good stuff right there.
Yeah.
At some point, the Tanjiro realizes like, oh, he didn't have killing intent. He just kind of, he moved. So he's trying to now come up at Akaza with no killing intent, but also being able to see into the transparent world. He's like, oh, there's his vitals, there's his brain, and his hands, and his brain. So he sees all this into this new world, and it helps improve kind of like the fighting thing there. Eventually, they do slice the nigga's head off. With the, Tanjiro gets a moment in, and he gets to slice his head off. And they're like, oh my God, he's dead. Oh, actually, he's not. Because this man had so much will to stay alive. And then they go into the backstory. Oh, let's talk about this backstory. It's a full episode, by far.
That's another thing about the movie that I don't think we've had a chance to talk about is that you can tell where this movie is going to be cut into episodes because that was one of those where I was like, oh, this is a whole episode right here.
I expect this to be the final episode of the thing. It's going to be like 33 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's going to have this entire fucking backstory. But to be honest with you, it's a good backstory. I mean, if you sit through it, everyone goes through their various trouble. I mean, at this point, you see everyone in this fucking period has some sort of issues with somebody because everyone who has a backstory, everyone who becomes strong in the series becomes strong through essentially trauma. So he's, Akaza's dad is sick, so he has to go out and try to steal stuff for his family. He gets pretty beat up after a while because they're like, all right, you keep stealing shit, we're gonna cut off your hands, but until then we're gonna beat the shit out of you. So they beat the shit out of this kid, which Carlos and I are laughing through in this. You're the only ones laughing because they really putting hands on him.
They was putting the beats on the wood. And he was just sitting there like, I'll fuck y'all up as soon as I'm done.
They had that man.
See, I'm gonna rob y'all again.
They had him strapped down on his stomach and was smacking that nigga with a stick. Like I was like, damn. Then they tattooed him.
Yeah, it was like, all right.
It's wild when they're like, yo, your punishment is lashings. It's like, damn, all right, dog.
But then Akaza's like, y'all pussies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. Yeah, because there's 3 grown men really like putting hands and feet on him. Eventually, his dad passes. I forget how he passes.
He hung himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of suicide in this too.
Yeah, that's probably why it's rated R.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was. Listen, not a lot, but 2 very clear suicidal scenes. I was like, damn, I didn't think they was gonna show that.
So, Akaza goes back. He's like, I'm gonna beat these niggas up. I don't give a fuck. So he shows up, and the 3 people who try and put hands on him, he beats the holy shit out of him. He's like, I cannot wait. He's a super strong kid for whatever reason, just super strong. I feel like when they do these backstories, just like these should be like stories from the Bible or some shit like that.
Akaza would have been one of them kids with the silver teeth. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he just would have been up to no good no matter what, bro. Yeah. Like, it's just like, damn, this little motherfucker getting into some shit always. Like, Akaza probably just had ADHD, bro. That's probably all it really was. And he was just broke. So he was like, damn, like, we ain't got no food. I got to go get food from somebody. So he just causing trouble everywhere. When really, like, bro, if they had just been born in a different family, he'd been cool.
If he didn't have a young boy all over his playlist.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Just Nevada 40 times in a row. But he puts this, eventually he regains consciousness, and this man shows up. This man who is Channing Tatum, as I call him. That's who Channing Tatum was.
That's what he was. I didn't even look. I didn't see
his master. Yeah.
To the moment, I whispered over to Carlos, I think that's Channing Tatum. So he's like, wow, Channing Tatum. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Channing Tatum.
How was that, by the way? Yeah, because I didn't watch the dub.
It's funny.
It's good.
It's good. It's funny. And he's just like, it has the same effect. But he's like, I want you to take care of my daughter, but I also want you to train with me. I ain't really got no pupils because I'm too busy doing other things because I got to take care of my family. So I got this whole dojo, can't even use the dojo. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here trying to save my family. So he entrusts us with his daughter, and he's like, why would you entrust me with their daughter? What if I just beat up your daughter or steal from you or something like that? He was like, I don't think you would.
If you do, I'm going to just beat you up.
Yeah.
He's like, I already knocked your ass out. So.
You know what I'm saying? So they go through that entire process. He becomes much more of a man. I mean, he learns to be patient by taking care of his daughter. He learns how to fight by fighting along with him. He even gives him responsibility of being a successor to the dojo. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, would you want to be a successor to the dojo? Would you want to marry my daughter? And he's like, wow, I really came up. It's crazy. My life has finally changed for the good. And then he goes out in the town. I forget what he was supposed to do.
He was visiting his father.
He's visiting his dad's grave. And he comes back, and they find out that the next town over poisoned the well. I was like, haters, bruh. Haters, man. They hating because he got a free dojo. You know what I'm saying? He don't even got no students.
That's the wild part. Yeah, like he's like, he ain't making no money or nothing. They was just really like, we want this damn land, my boy.
Yeah, we want this land. I don't even see how you could get it.
Y'all not paying no property tax?
Shit, man. Inherent.
They hated that he had a come up. That's really all it was, man.
It really did. So he's mad. He was like, fuck this, man. Y'all killed my future wife. Y'all killed the only person who appreciated me as a person. So he goes to that dojo and he kills every motherfucker in there.
Hey, first of all, why the cop goes so crazy with the description? He's like, guys, before we walk in there, I just want you to know there's limbs that don't belong to other limbs. Yeah. There's brain matter all on the walls.
There's missing body parts.
There's eyeballs everywhere.
This nigga ain't a demon.
Before coming in.
This nigga ain't a demon, but he a demon, if you know what I mean. He's a 67 of our members. The whole troop gone. You know what I'm saying? Limbs everywhere. Brains everywhere. Everything everywhere. Boy, I couldn't even tell. Couldn't even recognize.
It's a hell of a scene in there.
It's a hell of a scene in there. No, ma'am. Please step back behind the please. It's a hell of a scene in there.
He put one foot of another man up another man's ass.
He beat motherfuckers with other motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. And then it looked like he tried to put some bones of somebody in another person's body. It's just the same step back, ma'am.
Ma'am, is this your son's hand?
No, that it must have been that other woman.
Sorry. He could have used a pedicure before, it's kind of dirty. With that said, he walked mindlessly until he came to the footbridge, and who else could be there than Muzan himself? Like, hey man, saw what you did to the dojo. We need
kind of tight.
Yeah. I thought I sent one of my niggas, but I realized I didn't send nobody here, and it's you. That's wild.
He's like, and of course, Akaza's like, fuck off. And he just puts a hand through his fist. And he's like, listen, you're going to do two things. You're either going to die right here or you're going to accept this blood and live. So he does. And he becomes Akaza. And he becomes this evil person. But he's also at this point struggling because he wants the power to get revenge on people. Because that's all he knows is getting revenge on people. But then in a dream, the girl shows up. The girl and the dude and his dad. And everybody. It's like everybody's showing up at some point. Mm-hmm. I was like, don't do it. You don't have to do it. And Muzan's like, what the fuck you doing? Get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be, it's my blood in your body. You supposed to do what I tell you to do. But they're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Meanwhile, he's going through one thing me and Carlos was laughing about is like this whole like emotional thing, and the nigga has no head. Like,
yeah,
is a tear about to come out his stub? Like, what is going on here?
Like they're moving around, and he just hears the movements of niggas. Like, how the fuck you ain't got no ears?
Yeah, you ain't got no head, no nothing like that. I was like, damn. And Tanjiro
sweating profusely.
Yeah, Tanjiro and Gil like, God damn. Well, Tanjiro's been knocked out, and Gil's like, if I have to fight this nigga one more time, I'ma die. That crow gonna have to call my name. Damn it. So eventually, after a while, he eventually smiles, and then he punches himself multiple times. And Tanjiro says, "I say an air smelt of gratitude." In this moment, like he smelled it, and his body tries to regenerate, but then Akaza's like, no, never mind. He says the fight is over. He is lost. They already cut his head off. I was like, it's not, you're not really dead. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of really like, it's like, be a man. Right?
Yeah, but he was like, you know what? I don't really want to do this anymore. So he dies. He forgives.
That's how you make someone go out strong right there. He's like, no, I died on my own recognizance. Y'all didn't kill me.
That was the hard part, is that their lives they were like, oh my god, we're about to die, we have nothing left, there's not shit we can do. His hands are extended out, and it's like, oh, that's it. And he just closes in. That hard.
Well, Kokushibo, the upper one, is like, Akaza died. Damn,
I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah.
He's like, that was the homie, but fuck, he was tough.
Damn. And then Upper Moon 2 is like, oh, I guess he died. And as he's staring at Kanao, he's like, well, Doma's like, well, if this is all you got to offer, let's try to make it happen, Captain. And, it's Kanao versus Doma being set up for the next round. It is Muzan trying to be set up for the next round. And that's really where the movie kind of ends. It ends with kind of like Tanjiro pretty much being knocked out, Gyo being knocked out, kind of on his sword is the only thing really supporting him. Kanao getting ready to face Domo for the second time. It is a movie where, I mean, if you were an Inosuke fan, you might have been disappointed because he's like, I don't really get to see Inosuke, but he'll be back he will for sure be around.
Oh yeah,
second movie
part.
In a big way.
But overall, I mean, I walked out of the movie, first of all, feeling every bit of 2.5 hours. I was like,
oh yeah.
It felt long.
Yeah,
this was a long movie.
It was because that last flashback really like set in. It's like, what time is it? If your homie probably actually, when's this movie ending? You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's 2.5 hours long, bro. So in the end, I mean, you really feel it. But overall, I think it's just a great experience. Just overall, sitting there through the theater.
Can we
It was a
talk
good
about
movie.
the sound direction? Like,
Talk about it. I mean, I loved it.
bro,
Yeah.
like the music, the sound effects, like it was so good. Like obviously we knew that the animation was gonna be next level. I don't think Demon Slayer has ever slacked in that area, but
Yeah.
man, the actual like sound effects, the sound, everything. Oh my
But
gosh!
that's,
it was so
I mean, they've done
like,
that
the
too.
music hit. The music hit at like the perfect times, but there's also moments where the music stops at the perfect time.
Yeah.
And all you're hearing is just like the swords and the fighting, and you're just like, holy shit, like this shit is taking you on a ride.
It is an underrated aspect that they've always done. Again, that episode 19, that viral episode, I mean, the music is really a thing that carries it to the next level. Once they do the blood demon art, Nezuko does the blood demon art, and he finally gets the sun breathing technique for the first time against the spider lily folks. And then again, even in the entertainment district arc during the last fight, you hear a lot of the shing shings and the swords in that battle kind of going forth. I mean, everything is done. I don't know what Ufotable is going to do next after this. They could probably sleep on this shit. They could probably be like, listen, our series is, we got Demon Slayer. You know what I'm saying? Enough said. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say the only other show on this level of sound is My Hero.
Keep it a buck. It looks like from the Wikipedia, they haven't done shit but Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
For the last number of years.
Like Demon Slayer and Fate, probably.
Yeah. So they're really focused on this. Yeah, Fate and Stay Night in 2020. But they're really focused on bringing this to life, and I'm sure they got some other stuff in the can, but Ufotable is a really big force here. Let me see if they announce what this thing did its first week at. Box office, let's see.
They might not do it till tonight, so they can get the full number.
Yeah, hold on. Materialist times. All right. The Demon Slayer? No, it's not in this article. But yeah, I guess it might not be until tonight. Oh wait, hold on. An hour ago.
Hear it. Ooh.
Yeah, it says, damn, come on, deadline. I mean, I got ad block on for this reason. Sony hasn't reported their official figures yet, but we understand that Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba had quite the robust Saturday yesterday, north of $21 million, which will get the Crunchyroll movie to an opening of $70 million. This is off an estimate of last night. That is the sixth biggest opening for September, in addition to the best ever for an anime movie, best ever for Crunchyroll, and best ever for Sony in the last 2 years.
Hold on, can I read this real quick? Because I got this from Twitter. The headline is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle breaks U.S. anime box office record amid Arizona theater arrest. Demon Slayer. It grossed $45 million in its U.S. opening weekend, setting a record for the highest domestic debut of any anime film, pushing global earnings past $400 million, making it the third highest grossing Japanese film ever.
Oh, this is about to smoke this first movie. I mean, it's literally, to think about this, it's going to be movie 3, movie 2, movie 1 of Infinity Castle, and then the first Demon Slayer movie has their top 4.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, Japan is about to come up with, but arrest leading the
I'm gonna send it to you.
Leading the league in arrests. Goddamn. Everybody think they Casa at this point. But with that said, no, it is that is funny. screen at AMC Theater in Arizona Valley was disrupted when a man urinated on. Yup, that happened.
Yeah.
Leading confrontation,
bro.
his beating by his patrons, and arrest for indecent.
Oh, they got the video down here too.
No, I saw the video.
It's during Zenitsu's battle.
Yeah, I saw
you can hear the thunderclap sound going off right as he's getting smacked. It's kind of perfect.
I don't know if maybe he didn't want to miss the movie and just decided to pee in the theater. But also, why?
Yeah, come on, bro. Like that, like I'm sure he could have held it like another minute because it was about to be like backstory after that. Like,
but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because no smart person just go to the bathroom. It takes like 5 minutes. The movie is 2.5 hours long. You were in the first hour of the movie. Just go. But yeah, you had to put they put the real Kaza on that nigga. They put the hands, feet, everything on that man. But overall, I mean, it's expected to break the record for the biggest anime day opening week ever, surpassing Pokemon first movie. And you know how Pokemon the first movie was massive.
Yes, it was an event.
Yeah, massive. So the mere fact that it's able to break it, I mean, every record gets broken over time, no matter what. But the fact that it managed to break this and Pokemon was like legit the most popular thing on Earth, is huge. So, I mean, Demon Slayer, great movie. Again, would tell you, go check it out. If you're not if you're not even satisfied with that, just pick up right where it lets off. I think it picks up chapter 157 or 158. And you get all the conclusion you need because the shit's been done for 5 years. Like it's it just is what it is. And yeah,
you can watch a YouTube video about the synopsis of it right now.
That's what I did. I watched a shout to Diavolo, but I watch his videos in terms of because he got the panels and the movements and the dynamic things and the music under it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely watch that. So you can definitely watch that if you're more interested. Next month, I believe October 24th will be the release of Chainsaw Man, the Reese arc, which I guess, I mean, it's called that for the movie, but I think it's supposed to be the Bomb Girl arc or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So we have that to look forward to. The summer anime, the very robust summer anime season is ending. I mean, when you talk about Sakamoto Days, Gachiakuta, Kaiju number 8, what else is fucking happening? What else? I forget.
It was just a lot. Some stuff that people don't even know about for real, or under the radar.
Yeah, so it's a lot. The Dr. Stone, oh my god, I caught up to Dr. Stone. I was like, oh damn, real enemy of science right here. They reached a part that I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, it's probably the last interesting part of the series before it ends, in my opinion. But she it is definitely an enticing, absolutely amazing visual. This whole season has been great. Everything has been great. We got the fall coming up with a lot of things. So yeah, stay tuned. And of course, we gotta have more to look out coming. We got a new season of Subs Lie Dubs Lie.
That's right.
On the way.
No, not even potentially. October 1st. Okay. We coming.
October 1st. You heard it here first. It will be here. So we've got a brand new season of Subs Lie Dubs Lie completely on the way. We've got so much new anime to talk about. We got so much new things to talk about.
And you know what? We'll make the announcement right here, right now. First, for the listeners, season 6, Subs Lie Dubs Lie. We're going to have a permanent third host for season 6. I would like to introduce our third host for season 6, my boy LJ.
Yep, I'll be
That's
there
right.
all season, baby.
He's gonna be there with us all season for season 6. Subs Lie Dubs Lie. Can't wait to have you there with us, man. What we gonna talk about? Y'all will find out very soon.
Absolutely. So make sure you stay tapped into everything Lookout related. Make sure you follow us on all of our accounts, so personal and the Lookout. And yeah, don't meet us there. Meet us there. This is the Lookout. We will see you guys next time. Take care.
Peace.